It is almost August. Halloween decorations have been up in my local Costco for over a month now. They have this giant skeleton going like this. And that means it is time for my seasonal WizKids unboxing. If you didn't catch my Critical Role mini reviews this week, you may want to consider checking them out, as WizKids is running a 50% off sale on them at this moment, and there's some pretty creative and useful minis in those sets. As for what's in these boxes, I have the foggiest ideas, so with thanks to WizKids for sending them my way, let's get to some unboxing. Enhance and improve your 5e games today with Hit Point Press. Helliana's Guide to Monster Hunting turns your 5e campaign into a full-on fantasy monster hunting show, with clue-driven hunts, epic multi-phase boss fights, and deep rules for harvesting your enemies into magic items, meals, and familiars, all with that signature loot tavern humor. If I Were a Lich Man is an Emmy-winning trilogy of funny, defiantly Jewish indie RPGs where liches, vampires, and bootlegger grandmas turn monsters into heroes and tabletop play into creative resistance. Learn more today at Hit Point Press by using our link in the corner or down below. Alright, let's just jump right in. We'll start with the small one here. And let's see what we've got here. Alright. Okay, something different and fun. This is, on this side of the way, Icons of the Realms, Spore of Moander. I can't really see it in there because it's so dark, but on the side, yeah, this, I think, is sort of a what's like an abyssal shambling mound. Moander is like an abyssal god of corruption and decay, I think. And so this is a bigger, badder shambling mound, which looks pretty cool. Part of the Adventures in Faerun set based on the 2 books that came out last year. So probably Statblock is in there, but I haven't checked it out myself, so we'll see. In this set, we've got some... it's been a while since we've seen little packs like this, I feel like. This is a Player's Handbook Sword and Staves starter set. So we are going back 10 years from now to the original starter set that we got with 5e, some of the first minis I ever bought. And we are revisiting those. These are much better. Just looking at them, there's some really creative things here. Previously, they had a starter set, which was like the characters when they first were getting going in their adventures, and then they released another set, I don't remember what it was called later on, where it was the same characters after they'd been adventuring for some time, and they were the same characters, but they had better gear, better weapons, and much more epic look to them. These already look pretty epic, so I'm looking forward to opening these up and checking them out. Dragonborn Monk. A good combination. I like the good combinations of different races and classes that we don't always get. This presumably is the other half of that. Got a big piece of tape stuck to it. Yeah, Icons of Player's Handbook, Spells and Steel starter set. So more of a, well, sort of our melee characters, but they're still, I mean, spells, so not necessarily. Rogue, Cleric, Sorcerer, Druid, Bard, and Barbarian. Again, yeah, I mean, PC minis, but they look pretty cool. Definitely a little bit, at least a little bit different than a lot of the standard ones we get. That Bard's playing the violin, which is super cool. Excellent. All right, I'm looking forward to checking those out. They are different characters, though, from what it looks like. Oh, what do we got next? Let's go with Pathfinder one. If I can get it out of the box here. There we go. Pathfinder has been introducing minis of their new dragons, which are all very creative and interesting. This is their adult Mirage dragon. As you may know, when Pathfinder moved away from the D&D for SRD DNA that they originally came from, after that whole controversy a couple of years ago, they decided to revamp their entire dragons. They dumped the chromatic dragons, they dumped the metallic dragons, and they came up with their own dragons based on their various schools of magic, essentially. So yeah, this is our Mirage dragon, which definitely has a cool look to it. Looking forward to telling you more about that soon. We've kind of reached our limit of the D&D dragons. We've gotten most of the major ones anyway. So now we're moving over to Pathfinder, I guess. They are a little bit smaller than the oversized D&D ones, but that also makes them a little bit more affordable. All right, speaking of D&D, well, we're not done with D&D dragons because this is our adult green dragon Deceiver. Very cool. They're based on the new art of the green dragon with the elongated neck. Cool, so we are still getting these. These do appear to be similar sizes, so I'm curious to check out the various prices of them as well. See if they are also comparable in price or not. So yeah, maybe we'll, when we do these videos, we'll put them up next to each other so you can kind of see where we're at these days with mini sizes. And we got one more thing in here. It's a brick. I think I can guess what it is. If I can get it open. Yes, we have our brick of Adventures in Faerun. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. So based on the 2 books that came out last year. So I'm super excited about those books as well. I haven't had a chance to talk to you about them yet, even though I was so excited about them. So maybe this will give me an opportunity to also talk about the books that these are going along with. I don't want to look at the side here because as soon as I finish filming this video, I'm going to unbox this so we can see what minis are inside. And I don't want to spoil myself, but you do have the Spore of Moander on the back. So yeah, excited for this. And again, many thanks to WizKids for providing these to me for review. Stay tuned here for the next couple weeks here as I give you full video reviews of all of these, probably starting with this brick unboxing, hopefully shortly here. But let me know what you're most excited about here down below so I know what to prioritize. And in the meantime, if your table enjoys monster hunting and crafting, be sure to check out Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting, which includes detailed hunts, rules for tracking and harvesting creatures, an extensive crafting system, new monsters and magic items, subclasses, spells, and more. It's available now over at Hit Point Press. You can check that link up there in the corner. For those of you going back to school soon, also, if you're a student, if you're a teacher or staff, wishing you all the luck in the world for a smooth start to the year. If you're a student, let your teacher know how excited you are for the year. I promise you that will make their day. For now, though, please stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I'll see you next time at the Gallant Call.